Hello, everybody. Now, an on target viewpoint on what's ahead for media censorship under a Biden administration. Just how bad will it get? So bad, I fear, that you and me and all Americans will no longer have freely available to us unbiased reporting, unvarnished facts, or even basic information that reflects reality rather than their propaganda. Recently, the CEOs of Twitter and Facebook were once again called before the Senate Judiciary Committee to explain why conservative and other dissenting voices were blocked or shoved way down on their search engines, making it impossible for us or very difficult to see, hear, or read anything that contradicted the approved narratives being thrust upon the public by mainstream media. Although this has been going on for some time, the most egregious example of late was the blocking on Facebook and Twitter of the Hunter Biden laptop story. Just as bad was mainstream reporters' refusal to even ask Joe Biden about what the New York Post article alleged. You would think that in the weeks leading up to the presidential election, such questions would be taking center stage. If the allegations were untrue, let then candidate Biden deny them specifically, not just quickly dismiss them as just another Russian smear campaign. Mr. Vice President, I would have asked, is that your son's laptop? Are the emails contained within it genuine? Did your son arrange meetings in which you met with Ukrainian and Chinese individuals to discuss business ventures, as the emails seem to suggest? Simple, straightforward, essential questions to be asked of the man who very badly wants to be our next president. Now, not only did local media not ask such questions during Biden's scarce public appearances, but neither did the vaunted national media. Weren't the answers to such questions a bit more important, you'd think, than finding out what kind of ice cream Joe Biden ordered during one of his brief and controlled campaign appearances? Where were all those hard-nosed journalists and big investigative reporters, the ones who in previous days brought down the Nixon administration because they doggedly back then pursued the Watergate scandal, the ones who pursued, reported, and published the Pentagon Papers, which exposed the government's fraud, failures, and profit-making moves during the Vietnam War? How come it is now acceptable for so-called reporters to constantly throw very hard balls at President Trump, but only very soft balls at Joe Biden? How is the public and democracy served by reporters casting off the traditional mantle of objective journalism and now instead turning themselves into social justice warriors who present not the facts but a highly partisan narrative in favor of their favorite candidate or causes? It is not journalism, it is propaganda, and it is the beginning of the ministries of propaganda controlled by the government, or as they were called in George Orwell's 1984, ministries of truth, in which the truth was whatever the party deemed it to be. Will Joe Biden reverse this dangerous trend once in office, or even try to curb it? It doesn't seem likely, since a biased partisan media is largely what got him elected, and it is what will protect him in office by constantly presenting him in a positive light, no matter what the shortcomings of his administration might be. Here's how Joe Biden himself might explain it.
Come on, man. You know the deal. You guys keep making me look good, and I won't make any moves to curb you, your social platforms, or your profits. No moves to curb the censorship as long as you keep censoring only my critics. And certainly no moves to break you up under our existing antitrust laws, which I want to get rid of anyway. So, before you guys got on board with the Biden campaign, I didn't look very good. Things didn't look very good for me. I had a big problem and I didn't know what to do. But Then I thought of what my father and grandfather back in Scranton always told me. That's my boyhood home behind me where I grew up in Scranton. Joey, they would say, if you've got a problem, fix it. You should know how to do that. You're from Scranton. We can fix anything here. So you do the same. Whenever you got a problem, fix it. And that's just what I did. With your help. Thank you. Mark Zuckerberg of Facebook. Thank you, Jack Dempsey of Twitter. Were you a boxer? You know the guy, Dorsey of Twitter, and that Sundar Pichai, I guess his name is. He runs Google, and also New York Times. Thank you, New York Times, Washington Post, CNN, MSNBC, NBC, ABC, NPR, and all the rest of you good folks who all work together for me to really make America great again. Now, I'm back with all my buddies who made America work so well before, and as long as we stick together, none of us are ever going away.